love tabletop RPGs and want to help shape a brand new system, then let me tell you about Legend Seeker and how you can support its development while getting some awesome perks. By subscribing to our Legendary tier on YouTube or becoming a paid member on our Discord or Patreon, you'll get early access to all Legend Seeker lore and mechanics. This means you'll be among the first to dive into the world of Legend Seeker and give direct feedback that will help shape the game. But that's not all. Supporters will also be the first to playtest the system and will get exclusive invites to private streams where we discuss the game in detail. Your input will play a huge role in making Legend Seeker the best that it can be. Now, for those of you who love watching our tabletop role-playing game shows, supporting Legend Seeker comes with some fun bonuses for the casts. Here's how it works. If you are a Copper or Common member on Discord or Patreon, you can give a $20 benefit to a player of your choice. Silver and Uncommon members can give 2 benefits to 2 players of your choice. If you go the YouTube route, you can give a $50 benefit to a player of your choice. And for the ultimate support, Gold and Mythic members on Discord and Patreon give a $20 benefit to 3 players of your choice. You can choose from all casts across Moonskull. Every bit of support goes directly towards making Legend Seeker a reality. It helps fund the art, writing, editing, and eventual publishing of the game. So, if you want to be a part of this journey and support our shows, join our Legendary tier on YouTube or become a member on Discord or Patreon. We couldn't do it without you, and we're excited to build Legend Seeker together. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the game.
Hello, everybody. Got Calvino won't let my hand free. Just a second. Let's see if I can extricate it. Hi, I am Frost, and we are doing Frost Written, where I'm working on the lore for the Legend Seeker RPG that Erudai is working on. If you hear a Ralph at any time, that's all due to Calvino. If you hear weird noises over my head, it's because it was snowy today, and I put the little cat pool up that I have. It's this big rigid-sided little pet pool. Upstairs and put snow in it for the cats who don't go outside, and they're having quite a time with it, and they're having fun with it, too much fun. And I'm not up there to supervise them anymore, so who knows what's going to happen. And if you hear another weird noise over here, it's because I put up a little stack of aluminum cans where I was playing with Calvino earlier, because we were playing around it and he was having fun knocking them over. But there's still some sitting up, and if he goes over there and just bats at him, you'll hear a lot of cans going on the concrete. All right, come here a second, buddy. Do you want to go down? You're going to go down so I can actually write? You're going to go down so I can write? Okay, or you could snuggle into my arm. Want to say hi to everybody? No? All right, here. I'm going to put you down. I know, you want to lay where you want to lay. Here, you want to go down or not? Okay, good. If you knock over those cans, it's going to be loud. All right, you have fun. All right, he may need me to take him outside because he's sensed that it is evening time. And anyway, we're going to be working on some lore here. I'm working on an indentation. Working on an indentation, exactly what I was trying to say. I'm working on a section of the Caustic Strand talking about the remains of giants who fought there in the war. Where you going, bud? Are you... Right when I start the stream. I'm probably going to start getting text. I'm going to go see if he wants to go out. If you hear him ralphing, that's because he's going... It's me, Calvino. Exactly, Savage Talk. All right, buddy. Do you want to go outside, or are you just going to walk over here and then argue with me? Come here, bud. right, well, he did not want to go out. He wanted me to let one of his partners in crime inside. So we've got another partner in crime in here now, so I'm going to have even more trouble writing. Come here, baby. Come on. Are you not coming up? Okay. Well, when she decides to come up, she'll come up. All right, I'm writing about the giant remains. Come on. There you go. Okay, here she is. It's chili kibble. She was loafed out on the heat mat and just was like, oh, can I come in? Kibble, kibble, kibble. Hi, do you want to go down and sit in my lap? All right. Try not to disturb me as much as Calvino was. So, the giant remains. Now, I'm not sure what size relationship we're having between giants and people, if giants are like, 12 feet tall, 15 feet tall. But a lot of them came through this area, and a lot of them fought, and a lot of them were killed, and they left around their remains. And some places around here used parts of their bodies for things. Sometimes they just have them laid around. Yeah, that's Calvino. He's literally the one who let you in. Why are you staring at him like you want to go attack him? She's just sitting here like, can I? Dork. All right, you gotta move. I can't type. Choose a spot. All right, you're going down. Go down. Go on. Go, go, go. If you can't choose a spot, you're going on the floor. All right. Because if you think about, like, a person's head is what, 6 to 8 inches, 9 inches across, maybe 10 inches tall, something like that. A giant, which is, about double, they're not going to be massive. But if there were larger giants, then we might be talking some. But the point of this is there are going to be remnants of these things in places and their weapons. It's a me, Kiblio. Yes, that's how she sounds. She's so Italian. The Italian kibble. Da, da, da. I just hope that they don't start getting into stuff together. What? You coming back up again? Okay, she's back. She can't not be on my lap, I guess. No, that's a container. No, you're not going to chew a thing of mustard. No. Come here. Sit. Besides, you wouldn't like that mustard. It's really spicy. She's sitting on the keyboard. Okay, down. Down. You gotta move, kitty. All right. Would you get off of my keyboard? Sit, sit, sit. All right. Oh my goodness. She is so loud. Kibble, you're so loud and it is so hard to type. All right, I could do this. I hold on to her with my right hand and type with my left. You guys hear her? My goodness. Sit. Sit, sit, sit. Sit your butt down. Yes, there you go. Ah, finally I got her to sit. All right. What would be another word? I don't want to call them giants. None of the giants. I'm trying to find a way to refer to them as attackers, but just point to their size. But I don't know if that's a good way to do it here. What are you doing, Kibble? Some cats. Why did I let you in? Why did I convince me to let you in? What did he do? You causing me problems? All right, you gotta sit or something. Nope, you can't be up on my keyboard. You know that. You are a troublemaker. I'll put you out if you don't stop. I love you, but you're gonna go outside if I don't stop. Stop, stop, stop. All right. Oh, finally something interesting on TV. I want to ask, what is it? Okay, go find your brother. Go find your brother, Kibble. Go find somewhere to snuggle up and fall asleep. Let's go with my favorite literary website, let's just say. And go to thesaurus.com. Could go with great. Huge new. There we go. And adept is spelled with a D. Let's go with that. Definitely not crocheting hermit crabs. Oh, hey, there we go. Fairy dragons were cute, but I'm not in a crochet mood. No official giant name. Well, right now they're called giants. Erudai is going to do some. He said last time he was streaming he didn't have a specific entry for the giants yet. So I am going with just right now. I'm just saying giants. If we come up with a good name for their peoples, that'll be kind of fun. But you know, people understand the word giant. So, and there were good ones and evil ones. Maybe some misguided ones who were just following Grits' orders. Those jerks. There we go. Oop, double periods. That's not going to help. And right now for the caustic strand, the other thing I have noted down here is salted fish, olives, and fortified wines are some of the things that they are really known for in this area. I mean, that's the food. That's the food they're known for because they export their minerals and salts. That's their main export. Anti-croissants. Wow. Very nice. I wonder if you gave an unplugged keyboard next to yours to lay on. That would be kind of funny. Except right now I don't have any room on my desk. And the other thing I have to watch out for is I have a little plate over here that I have covered with plastic wrap because I have meatloaf left over, and I was making meatloaf sandwiches down here earlier because I'm like, I'll just bring the meatloaf down and bring stuff down and just eat while I'm working. And I had them. And I put the meatloaf off to the side. And immediately upon me just getting Calvino off my lap finally, he's like, what is this? He's like just easing towards it, just... And I had to move it up and away. So I've got to make sure he doesn't come over here and just kind of sneak onto this other desk and find it. I just got to listen closely. Anyone else ever watch Dragon Soup? Dragon Soup. I don't know the name. But if it's that weird little cartoon with the weird, like, not quite Ren and Stimpy art style, but it sounds like kind of Mike Judge stuff with Beavis and Butthead, then I know what you're talking about. All right, what am I going to look up this? Let's see. Do I want... Look up other variations on salted fish here. Oops, close the pad. Ah. Boop. How to make salt cod and other salt cured fish. Caribbean saltfish. What's that? Okay. Go with a Greek looking one too. Okay, so that is the salted cod, is the Greek version. Okay, got it. Gargantuans! Tongue twister! That's a good name, and Rude, I likely can't pronounce it correctly. Ha ha. YouTube channel, I think it is. Oh, not Dragon Dungeon Soup. I don't know. I kind of like the extra U you accidentally said in there, Savage Talk. Gargantuans. That sounds like something that Beardo or Jay would say. Like an orangutan. I mean, an orangutan. Or orangutan. What, you know how we say it. Let's see. It can be made with like mild flaky whitefish, haddock, and co-founder. Okay, so it needs to not be oily fish. Okay, that makes sense. All right. Okay, really simple. Okay, so that stays for a while. That makes sense. That makes sense. And saltfish, Caribbean saltfish. What is the difference here? Okay. Jamaica has a national dish. Don't care about that. All right, culinary history. Stable food supply. Yep. Mm-hmm. Saltfish is sourced directly from fishermen in northern Norway. Thought this was a Jamaican thing. I'm confused. All right. Okay. Brine method is soaking. Okay. Moisture texture. Okay, I don't need to know about the boiling method and all this other stuff and the washout, why it ways to cook saltfish. All right, it's fine. I've learned about saltfish. I have learned the thing I needed to learn. Gargantuans. Okay, I was close. Phonics failed for me. You failed phonics. You failed this phonics. Ba, ba, ba. Let's see here. That's not helpful. All right, what is this one? In a lot of fantasy games, they say giants are, ugh, my gosh, decline all cookies, don't care. This is like 25 feet, 21 feet, 18 feet, 16 feet, 6 feet. Okay. Because if you have a giant that's like really tall, like over 20, 25 feet, likely they're going to have some large weapons, large bones. If I'm looking at this and say that skull is almost 5 feet tall on that thing. So, yeah, okay. That'd be kind of cool. What you doing over there? Hopefully they're not knocking everything over. Giant skull should be size man. Yeah, it depends on the height of the giant. If you go with smaller giants, like like something that's like 3 times the height of a man, then the skull is going to be about as big as your torso, maybe a little bit larger. If you go with the really big giants, then you're going to get larger skulls. I don't know what he's doing back there, but I think he's crawling into a bag. Okay. Shrunken heads. His teeth foot tall. Oh, that'd be a big tooth, but yeah. A big tooth. Calvino, what are you doing over there? He's being quiet now. Maybe he crawled into a bag and he's gonna go to sleep. Uh-huh. You have rephrased. Alright, I got that. Okay, so the Umbral Atoll does not have a capital. Largest city, though, they do have a city that is the largest one. I do not have a name for it, though. Common lizard folk. They worship Zereth, Arendor, and their patrons, called the Umbral folk, Islanders. All right, got that part out. Okay, trade skirmishes and the natural predators are the main things for the caustic strand. Looking through some of the setup here for the demonyms and such. Why is it complaining about this? 1 punctuation mark is all that's needed. I only have 1 punctuation mark. Why is it complaining about 2? There's literally 1 punctuation mark. I really don't understand words sometimes. Don't get it. It thinks it knows what it's doing, but it doesn't. Alright, and if I move to the next part here, I gotta go down. There's the baths. Okay, I don't have anything else written about that, so I can put it in this section. probably in there. So basically, I'm just saying that more than one dwelling, village, or fort across the Strand features like a giant skull, a weapon, or bones as either decorations or parts of functional architecture. Cats are making so much noise around me. I don't know what they're doing. Oh, I hope they're not in the box. I took a box of lights out. You're not in my box of Christmas lights, are you? Are you? I hope they're not. Not that they can do much to them, they'll just lay in them, but they can't make them more tangled up than they already are. Okay. Nom nom crunchy. No! Well, if they do crunch on them, then they're going to be really upset. I mean, they're not plugged in. They'll just make a huge mess. It'll be great. Or horrible. Maybe both. Right. So, we have Senna's Fall. Now, the ruler... One thing I've got to figure out here is because the area of Senna's Fall is... There is a major city. And it's hard to put these things in the right spot is the problem. Because I've got Senna's Fall, which is the name of the whole place. But it kind of obscures things a little bit, just a bit, just a tiny bit. I could kick the size down a bit and make it here, because then I could take Ribbonmont and actually put it. Why is it not letting me? Oh, it's just not showing me that it selected it, because Ribbonmont is technically up here. This is the city. And wait, why did that... Oh, I think I moved my symbol here. This symbol is supposed to actually be on this side of the road. Huh, wonder how I did that. Alright, let's go back to my labels. And we're going to also grab this thing and we're gonna... delete that. Okay. And I love how it won't let me undo it. Oh, and I can spell. I spell some goods. Alright, all I wanted to do was go down here to the glow and kick that glow down so it's almost not there. And I was going to move this over here. Because then I've got the city off to the side. Senna's Fall is this place. And eventually, like I said, when we get a real pass on this with somebody who's doing all the art and all the bits and pieces and everything, we'll get some good look to it. All right, and okay, that is across from the Whitewood. This is up here. All right, I'm just getting this all set in my head here because I'm talking about Ribbonmont and I'm looking at the government. Because this is a weird place too, because it goes all the way up to the flood, the river here. It was called well, it had 3 different names for it. I'll go over the names later. But it goes all the way there, but it technically extends all the way up into the Whitewood, and down here in Usia is kind of, they have a little bit of a conflicted border, but not too much. All right, so Ribbonmont. This is, let me get my webpage up here with my... let's see, my forms of government. Where was this one? I had it in here. It was not the Confederation because they only had the two little groups inside it. But it had... Oops. It wasn't the ecclesiocracy. Let me check here really quickly. Oh, I opened the wrong page. All right, wait. There we go. Now I've opened the right page. Okay. I can't find my note on this. Where did I put it? It's not that. That requires the god to be there, and she's sort of dead. Okay. Guess we're gonna go with... We're going to put it as theocracy, even though it technically isn't a theocracy. Because they do technically... The body of the temples and the church still rules this place. But their goddess is dead. So it's not a true theocracy. Getting tired of sign war crimes on X and people celebrating because Russia is the aggressor and bad guy. I did not know Ukraine hired Sevi to cook. Womp womp. I said war crimes, not crimes against humanity. Point taken. We'll go with red-brown. All right. So I have to look at my other document to get some more notes here. I have too many documents open. Gotta find the other side here. Right. Oh, it's not the first. It's the second one entry. Okay. Dun, dun, dun. Do I have... We'll put dwarven in here because there are a lot of dwarves in here. Okay, there we go. All right, we're working on Senna's fall here. Now, this is the spot where Senna crashed to the planet when she was basically killed by Grix's breath weapon, and crashed through the hills and mountains and created this massive red canyon. The muddy rivers that flow through it, the massive lake that's there, and transformed it into quite a different place. Can't dehumanize people or you lose your humanity. Yep. Yeah, you don't want to become one of those people. Wait a minute. Where did I put this here? Okay, I heard that, Mr. Boop. Hi, I don't want to step on you. Hi. Calvino, you want to go out? All right, I gotta let Calvino out. He's making the noise. The meow noise. Come here. Come here, bud. You gotta say goodbye to everybody. You gotta say goodbye to everybody. Want to say goodbye? Want to say goodbye? No, he's like, no, just put me out, father. All right. Let's get you and your sister back outside so you can go hunt whatever you're hunting. Yeah, come on. Go outside. Jimmy's trying to put me. Put me. Jimmy, come on. Alrighty. Got him out. Wolfie wanted to come in. I said no. Maybe later when I'm not writing. Now there's Kibble. What would you like, sweetheart? You've got hi, yes, you've got. She's got styrofoam in her whiskers. What were you doing? Now I got styrofoam on me. All right, Kibble, come here. Yeah, I think everybody heard you meowing happily. Hi, come here. Come here. Hi. Are we going out? We going out? All right. Purr goodbye to everyone. There you go. All right. Let's get you outside too. Boy, you made my chair flip around. All right. Let's show everybody my back when we walk out. Troublemaker. You troublemaker. Then I'm gonna get you right. I won't have cats in my lap. Yeah. All right. I am cat free now. I can focus on riding. Woo! Oh, she's a happy girl. She is so happy, but she's also a menace sometimes. She has claws that are rival Calvino's, but she does not. She's not as careful with them, let's just say. She put holes in me all the time. Chat, distract him. Huh? Talk about food never fails. Hey, I like that. Chewing off pieces of styrofoam like a veg. Yeah. So I have some pieces of styrofoam over there from a box, and I was using them to line another box because I'm like, I'll put it in here. I'll line it. I'll do this. I'll put the stuff in it. And I was using it because I was making another little thing if there's a feral cat, because there's an orange cat out at the tree line that won't come near the house, but I don't know if he has a family. So I was making another little box out there for a cat to be in. I was using that styrofoam, and evidently she went over and found it. So we'll see what kind of a mess you made. Yay! I want a bread type food, but which one? That's a good question. How about a panini? No, what are those? What are the pizza pocket things called? Calzone. There you go. I was like the clam shaped, you know, half moon shaped, whatever. All right. All right, so let's say materials. Alright, residual magic from the God Killer breath used on Senna has seeped into the earth, rock, and water of the Vale in different places, or in places, infusing various materials and wildlife with unusual properties. I don't know, JJ. I like boa. Yeah, I actually was gonna. I'm ordering another one of those pads, or the little feral cat huts. But it won't be here for like 2 weeks, evidently. But I figured in the meantime, I'll give him this. And cats are going crazy upstairs. But I like boa instead of bow. Just saying, boa would be kind of fun. It's not bready, it's snaky. Your mom got you some hot sauce from Aruba. Need the cat house here for raccoons. Woo! Need to make breakfast for 6 tomorrow. Oh, 600 tomorrow. Most of the prep today and yesterday. Wow, that's a lot. Stuff face of boa. Yeah, they're basically just little dumpling buns. They're little Chinese buns. Look at that. I'm still writing too. Not pizza pocket, whatever, you know, those things, whatever they're called. Like when you take a pizza and you put some stuff on it and you fold it over and close it up and cook it in the oven. That thing. Not the ones you put in the little paper sleeve and microwave into submission and then burn your face off on. There was a restaurant near us here, funnily enough, called Old Chicago. And it was our go-to place for years with my group of friends at work. And they had like guacamole bacon burgers. They had those calzones. They had some of our favorite just food there. And their calzones were this big. They're literally huge. Used to love them. We used to have an Italian, or not Italian, I guess it's an Italian deli. Let's just say that. And they had a lot of really like Italian food. You're like, I don't even know how to pronounce that. But they had some amazing sandwiches there. Like New York Italian deli type sandwiches. And weirdly enough, the place was called Del Italia. But of all the Del Italias I'd ever been to, that one was actually good. It still hurt? Ah, well, pizza taco. Soup buns. So soup dumplings I hate because I have a beard. And eating a little dumpling pocket that's full of liquid means I wear the soup all day. So I don't like those. No. Somewhere around here, there's an 8-pound deep dish. Yeah, we have a lot of that. That's the other thing, since it was Old Chicago. They had the Chicago-style pizza, the deep dish pizzas with beautiful crust. It was just such a great crust. It had some all crispy on the outside, and like a little bit of stretch to it, full of cheese and meat. It's just like a cheese and meat pie. Yes, the trouble with beards, exactly. No, don't say Hot Pockets. All right, so let's see. We'll say infused clay. Craft enchanted items. Let's see, harvesting it have led to the deaths of many a miner. It's Mr. Moss. Hello, sir. We're just talking about soup dumplings and how they're not good when you have a long beard. What are those things you call deep dish pizzas? Are just meat pies with cheese and sauce. Oh, but they are. They're basically a pizza with tall sides. It's like a pizza, but tall sides. And I'm going to say something controversial that Savage Talk is never going to speak to me again. I've had New York pizza, and it's like somebody took a pizza and rolled over it with a steamroller and said, "Here you go, have some floppy pizza." There's a place here that makes like Italian pizzas. They have a 500-degree wood-fired oven, and they just, they throw the dough out, whatever shape it goes into. They have one called salsiccia that just has some spicy stuff on it and peppers and mushrooms. Throw it in there, pull it out, and it's just that beautiful, beautiful crust that you get from that kind of a cook. And it's, so good. Pizza with walls, exactly. It's like a pizza fortress. Not everyone has good taste, old man. I'm killing you tonight? Ha ha. I'm here to kill you. Or something like that. Let's see. We're going to talk about... Okay, we talked about the God Killer magic. Let's see. Actually, I'm not gonna. Well, no, I'll make these headings underneath here. Yeah, we'll go with another one here. We'll put this one under heading 5, and it will be called. It's called God Killer Honey. Excuse me. Detroit pizza is thick crust. It's like focaccia, which is how it's done in Florence. Yeah, I've had that. It's good. Just putting food crumbs on your built-in shelf. Don't tempt me, my soul can't take much more of this. Hey, the pizzas that my favorite pizza still is this place nearby that is the Italian pizzeria that makes just simple Italian pizzas. They'll make almost anything you want. They'll give you, they have buffalo mozzarella and things that you can just get a whole thing of real mozzarella cheese because they make it in the store. They actually make the mozzarella there. And they have anything from, you can get a pizza with just tomatoes on it. You don't have to put anything else on it. You could do a sardine pizza. You can do whatever. But it's the guy's father? No, is his grandfather? I want to say his grandfather is from, I think he said he's from Sicily? Is that right? I'm going to get that wrong. He's somewhere over in Italy. And he just loves making, or he loved making pizza, and he talked his kids into making a pizza place. Like, all right, you do that. And they're very popular. It's one of the restaurants in that area that stayed there for the last 6 years. Everything else is like open and close, open and close, open and close. That one has stayed. Don't defend New York from much. I didn't have anything unusual in New York when I was there. I've been there a couple times, and it was fine. I mean, to be honest, when I was in New York, I ate almost everything I ate was either from a restaurant that somebody local took me to, like a little Italian hole in the wall, or food trucks. Buy stuff from food truck people all the time. They were really nice, which was weird. I expected them to all be just jackasses, but they were really nice. There was some good Italian. Like, the one place was literally a storefront with a little cash register on a little table. I think there were 5 tables in there, and they're all tiny. And they had a bathroom in the back that you had to go behind their cash register to get into. It was called Benito's 2 or something like that. I don't remember. It was good food. Very Italian. I had, and I'm going to get the name wrong. I can't remember what it's called. It's the pasta you make with garlic and oil. Olio. I never remember how to pronounce it. That one. The really simple one. They made it really well with tons of garlic, and I loved it. Okay. Though weirdly enough, the food I had down in the Chinatown area was not something I enjoyed. It was the greasiest Chinese food I'd ever had. I was so confused. It's probably made by a bunch of Albanians. I have no clue. If your pizza's crust signature flavor depends on the crappy city water, cough cough NYC, and your pizza isn't great, it's mid at best. Oh no! He's spitting fire. Hey, Shadow Warden. 8 million people in one city. I would hope someone could cook. I can't. I think they can. Yes. Went to New York City once in college. People I went with were dumb. They stopped at Sbarro's. Oh no! Your food is different because of the 90% of it is made. 90% of it's made of taste better than anywhere else. It must be shit. Good logic. Wouldn't eat it in Chinatown because they said it looked dirty. I don't know. Same view, different chat. Yeah, we went into a couple of places in Chinatown that had food, but there was also a store attached to it, and tons of the stuff in there was like Chinese snacks and things. That's where we got the tiny little crabs that were like covered with some kind of powdery stuff. It was weird. They're laid out like, you know how you get those dots, those candy dots on paper? These crabs were on a little board in a plastic film wrap. It was like, and they were those tiny, tiny little crabs like that big, and you're just supposed to eat them. And I tried one. I was like, oh, that was horrible. And that was one of the places, the 2 places, because I forgot that was the first place I tried a century egg with my brother. Oh. Like I said, if you want to have an egg that smells like somebody wiped it through chlorine or a swimming pool and then dusted it with, I don't even know what the heck you dust it with, death, and hand it to you and say, eat this, blah. Hey, Avenue Studios. Hot second while setting up for a stream later. It said hi. Well, hello. Excellent. Thanks for coming on by. We're having all kinds of fun here. I enjoyed the character creation Steam stream with everybody the other night. That was very fun. Though I will say, Avenue Studios, I will never forgive you because you killed my ears when you sang, because I had everything turned up a little bit, and I have super, super sensitive hearing. And I'm like, oh, I can't hear anything. And all of a sudden I heard, "Carry on my wayward son." I'm like, okay, headphones off. I'm just never going to forgive you. Though I did send you guys some... Okay, I did forgive you. I sent you guys some character points, whatever the heck they were called. So there. Century egg. Don't do it. Don't do it. Don't do it to yourself. Didn't want to see Ground Zero section. They didn't want to see any of that stuff? Wow. My brother and I, when we went there, I went there in 2004, right when the blackout hit. And they still blame it on me to this day. But we went to all those places. All the places. We wandered up and down the entire damn island and everything. We went to Central Park. We were everywhere. In the Bowery, we were in places we probably shouldn't have been walking around. Century Egg is a horrible, horrible creation. They take an egg and they put it away and do all kinds of horrible stuff to it and ferment it, and then they pull it out and it kind of looks blackish green on the outside with kind of a gummy interior. To me, like I said, it tasted like somebody dosed it with chlorine or something and handed it to you and said, "Here, eat this." Yeah. Well, Avenue Studios, to be fair, I can hear my cats snoring when they're upstairs through the floor while I have my headphones on. So I can hear quite well. And JT usually comes to my streams and tells me that I don't have my microphone up high enough because I usually have it at 50% volume intake because I talk, quietly. I do everything quietly. And when I make louder noises, it's rare. It's just me. But I also can't stand the sound of people chewing and doing stuff like that. So, I've got all the good things going for me. All right, put that there. I know bees are an apiary. Sorry, I'm going back and forth things. Apiaries and stuff, but what would you call it when you're taking care of bees? I mean, you could say beekeeping. I guess I could just say beekeeping. I'm trying to describe the dwarves being particularly adept at them. I was going to say shepherding or husbanding or whatever, but I think I'll just say beekeeping. Because we got to talk about the God Killer honey. I'm a man of subtlety. There you go. The honeyman. Wait. Balut. Oh, I've smelled balut. I've never eaten it. We had a college class where people were like, bring in food from different cultures, and people brought in stuff. The teacher said no one can bring in durian though. Because he'd had people bring it in before, and somebody brought in balut, and people were just like, I mean, I think people were just trying to annoy each other. They brought in Limburger cheese. They brought in pickled eels. Lutefisk. It was just, who can find the smelliest thing ever? I think the professor's list grew yearly. Don't bring in X. Okay. Oh, the durian. Oh. You have my ears. I know your pain. I could hear Noel. Yeah. Oh, yeah. I hear everything all the time. And I found out recently that there is actually a name for that. It's called misophonia. And it's being unrealistically or emotionally annoyed, overly emotionally annoyed by certain noises. Like how they can just drive you to anger and rage or whatever. It's not autism, but it's supposedly people who hear things like that and get really set off by it. It's some over emotional response to certain sounds. Let's go with that. So I like it when people talk while somebody else is eating near me. If it's a quiet area, I like to have music going. Because when I hear people's jaw joints going, like, oh, everyone else is just sitting there like, what the hell is his problem? Ah, well. That just makes me special, right? And a treat to be around. Let's see, what are we doing here? Yeah, apiaries for bait keepers. Yep, I have apiaries and apiaries, but I'm literally just talking about their blanket ability to do something. I didn't want to get too deep. Anyone who can eat a balloon is a demon. Would be interesting if the giants made a turducken made of a cow, hog, and sheep. A cow, pig, and a human? No! There was something else. The heck was it? A friend in Denmark was telling me about something that they had that he ate every year. What the heck was it? Crap, I don't know. But my sister-in-law, her family was very Swiss. I had to think if they were Norwegian. No, my girlfriend at college was Norwegian, and she was just insane. Well, one of my girlfriends in college. But the Swiss have pickled herring, which is horrible. Because herring as itself is not too bad. You know, the little things of herring, the little, I even talked about before, kippers. Not bad. Not bad. Pickled herring, they have, and she owns this bowl now. They had a specific bowl they would put it in for celebrations and family gatherings and stuff, where they would put it in that bowl. No other bowl or any other utensils would touch it because everyone hated the smell so much and they didn't want it to get in any other bowls. They had a special bowl for it, and she has that bowl now. So, boo. Ah. No, thank you. People. Okay. See, look at that. I'm still writing while you guys are distracting me. It's hilarious. I love it. Misophony. Ah, lol. Yeah. You smack your gums just to anger the wizard. He had all the girlfriends. Kippers or capers? Kippers, not capers. Capers are separate. Capers are the little berries that you put in oil. Kippers are the little fish. It's surströmming. Oh, is that what that is? Blah. Yeah. Oh. It was awful. I didn't get it. Never heard of those? Yeah, kippers come in little tins, kind of like sardines do. They're little tiny fish that you can eat the whole little bit of the fish that's in there. They kind of fall apart, but that was the one thing that I finally tried them because that girlfriend that I had that was Norwegian, she ate them all the time on crackers, but she was kind of a vegetarian, but she would still eat fish, so he's technically a pescatarian, I guess. Whatever. She's a weirdo. She got me to try them, and I didn't hate them. I was kind of surprised. And they're little, I think they are herring fillets, or are they sardines? I think they're herring. I think kippers are herring. I think we figured that out before, didn't we? Now I'm trying to remember what we talked about. Kippers are whole herring that has been split, gutted, salted, or pickled and cold smoked. Yep, so they're basically little smoked fish in a tin. Smoked fish. Pescatarian. Probably because you hate fish. You hate fish? Weird. Oh, it's almost like I've heard that before. Haha. My brother sent me a picture. Oh, when was it? Crap, I don't remember what it was, but he showed me the fish he was eating at the place they were at down in Gulf Shores, and it was a massive orange roughy fillet. And he's like, "Well, I'm getting my seafood." I was like, "Holy crap, that's huge." I say, sorry, I do switch back and forth quickly. Just the way my brain works. Some firefly hives that have been affected by the Aggressive. How about you say aggressive? Alright, I'm writing about the God Killer honey right now. Because some of the firefly hives, the firefly bee hives, have been affected by the God Killer magic, and the bees in them have become aggressive, territorial, and lethal. Harvesting their honey is only done after such a hive has been killed off. Okay. At least they aren't red herrings, Moss's favorite. Hey, but that guy was not a red herring at all. He was a critical part of the plot. I love, though, on Moonskull, how in Call of Cthulhu, how often people in the group can stumble upon the critical plot thing by doing the most bizarre thing you can think of, and it's like, all right, it worked. Sometimes I feel like we're gonna live only because we keep stumbling around all the landmines. Or at least a while. We're drunkenly walking through the minefield. You guys have no money out. How many strings I pull? Oh no, all the strings. Well, you're pulling the good strings, the right strings. I told her that ain't a diet. That sounds like a religion. Ovo pescatarian. Okay. Smack out of spit. I smack him out. Ooh, they aren't berries. They're flower buds. Yeah. They're. I just call them caper berries. So. Yep, harsh, kill and steal. Well, the reason that they kill these things is because the God Killer magic that was used by Grix to kill Senna and sent her body, the goddess's body, crashing to the earth. Where it crashed here, the God Killer magic that was flickering and burning away her body, basically, infused into all of the clay, the rock, the iron, the water in places, and there are little pockets of it here and there. And these bees, normally they're somewhat tranquil. They're little firefly bees. I have them. The dwarven bees are different than normal surface bees. They live in caves, and they harvest the sticky goop from all these specific mushrooms. And they're little bees, but they have little firefly butts. So they're these little bees that live down in the caves, and they're, there's lots of them, but they harvest the honey from them, and it's really good honey that they use to make dwarven mead. But some of these hives have been infected by that God Killer magic because they've harvested from, say, mushroom field that got tainted by it. And so they become aggressive and lethal and really territorial. So the dwarves have to go in there, clear out the hive, not only for the safety of miners and other people, but to get the honey. And it's a rare find. They burn the hive down, take it all down, kill all the bees, then harvest this honey. And this stuff is like worth more than its weight in precious metals. And they use it for some very specific recipes. Possibly, it's rumored in the Nuggets of Nya, which is the title of that adventure that's going to be in here, but also the story that is up on Patreon right now. The first episode of that story is up there. That's leading into the adventure arc. Cave bees! You're pulling string out of your butt, Moss. What are you eating? It's silly string. Hey, look at that. There's the story link. Look at that. She's on top of it. If you want to support Legend Seeker, it's only $5. You can support Legend Seeker and get the really awesomely formatted. The story looks really cool. It's not just, you're not getting a PDF of some text. It's laid out really nicely. It's really pretty. And that's the first installment. Chrysanth is also a pescatarian, but only during Fridays and during Lent. Well, there you go. Raspberry Fig Newton with chocolate chips. Sounds like drunken boxing for plot. Drunken boxing for plot. Drunken boxing is good. Hey, this eccentric. Sorry, I didn't look farther to the left. I didn't see that you were over there and kick. Hello and hello. You lost so much weight during Lent this year. Hey, that'll do it. Where's more? Its weight. More than its weight. Look at that. Without cats on my lap, or grabbing my hands, or trying to eat my meatloaf, I can get a whole bunch of typing done. Lots of fish and rice. Ah, yeah. Well, I needed to lose weight anyway, so call it good. Because fish sucks. I like fish. I had fish yesterday. It was just haddock. Nothing to write home about, but it was lemony. Lemony haddock. Okay. Infused clay, God Killer honey. What was the other thing? There was one more thing. I could not go that long without those three things: meat, dairy, and eggs. Chrysanth. I don't know. I don't know. I don't think I could get through a day without meat, dairy, or eggs. That would be tough. Now I need to make meatloaf for my freezer meals. Hey, meatloaf is good. I made meatloaf. This meatloaf from kind of my own version of an Alton Brown recipe. It had veal? Was it pork and lamb? I'm trying to remember the meats he had listed. But I didn't do it exactly the same way because, well, I can't always get all the things that he puts in his. This one was... Where is it? Chuck and sirloin. Nope, this isn't the one. There's one he had that had, oh, maybe it was a Bobby Flay recipe. I don't remember. Whoever it was. One of them had veal and pork and beef or something all together. It was a really good meatloaf, but boy, was that hard to make. Because this is the other recipe. Oh, this is just, yeah, ground sirloin and chuck. But I put other stuff in it too. It's pretty good. I don't usually put the bell pepper in it like he does. It just cooks weirdly with the bell pepper, I think. But that's me. Haven't had dairy and eggs for months. Whew. I have eggs every single day. And dairy every single day. She likes meat, Sunday and feast days. Most Catholics or other practitioners in Lent eat meat. She said everybody does differently. Yeah, exactly. Guy Fieri fan? I don't know. His head looks like it exploded with, you know, hair product or something. I like Alton Brown. I had his whole whatever Good Eats recipe thing, the whole box set, because I just thought it was a fun show. He's just an entertainer. Let's put it that way. Yeah, Alton probably makes some good stuff. Oops. Something in my glasses here. All right, so I've got those two things. I'm trying to decide if I want to put an entry. I kind of want to add a little bit more to this entry. What do you think a good name for a dwarven, like a dwarven mushroom? It's like a Venus flytrap mushroom. They're flowering mushrooms that grow underground. I'm trying to think of a good name for a little flowering mushroom. They're little they're like a little Venus flytrap because they have the little flowering buds, but they don't trap the bees. The bees can go in there and harvest the nectar, but it eats other bugs and subterranean creatures and stuff. But the bees are kind of symbiotic with them. Snap waffle, really? Really? Yip yaps. That doesn't sound very dwarven. We raise our own layer chickens, and man, it's so much better than store. We don't go a day without eating a bunch. Oh yeah, we used to raise chickens when I was a kid, and I think that's where I got the habit of just eating eggs, because we had so many eggs all the time. I mean, butchering chickens was, not something that a lot of 9-year-olds and 10-year-olds and younger kids knew how to do. But we were like, well, if we want to eat. But the eggs, harvesting the eggs, I mean, we would find the chickens, and some of them would get out of the hen house, and people would be like, where's she going? Go over there, and they're like, she's got like 15 eggs in her nest. We got to get those out of there. We don't need more chickens right now. So we always had eggs growing up, and it was eggs. Always eggs. And I still, anytime I can get fresh eggs from anybody around here, there was a lady who lived down the road who would sell them. She'd just stop by and ask me if I wanted to buy eggs, but then her husband died, and she kind of gave up the whole farm thing. So now if I want to go get the fresh eggs, I have to go farther. So I usually just get them from the store, sadly. Sadly, I like fresh eggs where they haven't washed off the outside of them. Especially if I get a bunch of eggs and they still have mud and stuff on them, I'm like, yes! Perfect. I could leave these things on a counter for a week and they'd still be fine. Oh yeah. And we didn't get venison very often. We were really poor, so my brothers couldn't hunt. Nobody could afford to get, a gun or anything like that. One year we were down in the trout stream, and we heard pop, 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 these weird noises. And we see this truck sitting there, and this green thing sticking out of the door. And we're like, what the hell is that? So we wandered down, and there was a soda bottle, a big 2-liter bottle of, I don't know what it was, some off-brand soda, like not Squirt, but something like it. It was stuffed with rags and stuff, and it was sitting on the ground, and the hunters had seen us coming. They were sitting in their truck shooting at a deer with the soda bottle over the end of their gun. And we're like, oh. And we see a deer just sitting down in the stream, just like, we're like, oh, hey, look, there's a deer sitting there. And when she didn't move. We wandered closer, and she didn't move. She just stared at us, and then we see all this blood going through the stream. We're like, oh. So my mom called the DNR. They came out, and they're like, yeah, they can't do anything about it. They've been trying to figure out who these guys were. They're like, well, we just have to follow them up. And they're like, well, since you kids didn't do this, we're pretty sure you didn't pull up in a truck and do this. Normally we take this thing and we give it to a food bank, but I think he saw how us looking with our shaved heads, looking like scrawny little kids running around. I think he decided, well, you guys could use a deer. So he brought it back to the house, and they dressed it out for us and everything. He went down there and killed it to put it out of its misery, and so we got a deer. We're like, whoa! That was quite a summer into fall. We're like, there's so much meat. That was amazing. Ate the rooster that pecked your legs? Yes. We had a rooster when I was a kid named Dog, because he would go up to the dogs and he would attack them, scare them away, and eat their kibble. He was such a monster of a rooster, and he would pick on all these other roosters until one day he kept picking on this rooster, which we named Ferdinand because he was this mild little rooster, that he just turned on him and attacked him and killed dog. So we were like, whoa, he just killed the biggest rooster in the whole yard. So yeah, we ate that rooster. He was a very tough bird, but he was still tasty. All right, Iris and their nectar. The men chicken. You mean mean chicken or men chicken? That's all eggs. Yeah, exactly. Yep. Snap traps. Honey pot. Oh no! Exactly. These mushrooms don't have flowers. They aren't plants. These blooms that are on them are actually the snappy trap thing. So it looks like there's flowers on them, but they're not really flowers. They're just the little moths that they catch all the cave bugs with. And they're very colorful because they have all kinds of phosphorescent glowing stuff on them. Oops. Oh, I can type the word create. It doesn't have a B in it, it has a C. There we go. Okay, I can do that one. You got about... All right, thank you, Avenue Studios, for coming on by. Evidently, oyster mushrooms are carnivorous. Oh. Never push the mild-mannered ones too far. Yes, have fun over there at Avenue Studios. I should probably pop them up on my other window here. I'm going to do that. I'm going to open up a fourth or fifth tab on this browser. Ha 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 ha. And you know what I'm gonna do? Make sure that I'm subscribed over there.
Are you looking?
All right, let's do this and bam, there we go. Hey, R. Kelly. There we go. Boop. There we go. Bam! I am now subscribed. I thought I had... Oh, no, I subscribed with my work account. Haha! I'm subscribed with my personal account now. Boom. There we go. It's because you as a group are so aggressive with every NPC and your stats are unreal. Yeah, well, we do have some crazy stats. Though, honestly, well, not the way I've been rolling with Clay lately, he doesn't really have to have stats. He's just going to fail at everything no matter what. If he can have like a 90 something or whatever in weapon use and still roll fumbles, it's pretty good. All right. What are we doing? Oh my gosh, it's 6:30 already. I've gotten a lot of stuff written, but woof. By the way, if anybody has purchased the story over on Legend Seeker on the Patreon, let me know, because I'd be curious to just hear what you think about it. I know some of you have read it, like Chrysanthus read it. Gave me some feedback. Fumbles are why I still have you roll. Now, here, Moss, this is going to maybe make your day, but I'm not sure if it will. You should look up the fumble rules. I think, and I thought, that still, this may be the old version, I thought 96 was still a failure, no matter what, and 100 was a fumble. But I think that might only be for malfunctions on weapons. Now, I don't remember. Because otherwise, then having 100 in the skill is like, well, why do I want 100 in the skill? But yeah, not that I want us to fail, but you know. And then I could succeed at like 10 skill 10 skill checks in a session and still only raise one thing up by 2 points. I'm good. I still can't believe I have not raised my Italian. I've gotten to try and raise my Italian, like, I think 6 different sessions, and I've failed to raise it every time. He just won't get any better at Italian. We'll be out of Italy soon. All right. That is there. I'm trying to figure out if this sentence makes sense. I just type. Oh, I forgot an E. And then you're. Yeah, exactly. That'll happen. Yep. They released Marvel Rivals early. I don't know. It's a good question. I didn't. I didn't think they were releasing that. Huh. I mean, I probably won't, only because I think it's only PvP, right? Because it's basically Overwatch with characters. Kind of getting tired of Max being such a dork. He is so loud. So loud. Even when he's playing, he's loud. I was up there on the couch and he was asleep. He woke up like that. He was laying there asleep and he was doing the dream thing, like all of a sudden he just goes, like, what the hell, dude? He was like having little cat night terrors, but then he was just like, came over to me and wanted to have me pet him. Like, oh, buddy. And then I put him back outside because he was getting a little annoying. He just doesn't quite understand being inside yet. He just went out and he immediately was like, yeah, I'll go into my kitty cat house. And he went in and laid down and went to sleep in his little heated pad. Fumbles occur on 90, 100 unless your skill is under 50%. Then it's 97 to 100. That's what it was. Yes. Yep. That was the thing. Because we I don't think we were fumbling enough, but I mean, fumbling doesn't matter a whole lot on a lot of things, really, unless you're using a weapon, I guess. Unless you want to, you know, make sure that everybody realizes, hey, fumbling is bad. Yeah. That was, okay, that was the rule I was thinking about, yep. But, I mean, it doesn't really change a whole lot the way we play. Because by the time we roll a 96 or something, we've pretty much failed at something anyway, so. Okay, I've got the certain hives making that. And this is the other kind. Okay. And we'll rename, we'll rename this honey to this. Worth more than its weight in precious metal is rumored to be one of the ingredients of fabled. Okay. Perfect. We got all that stuff down. All right, what is the next thing in our notes here? We have so many notes. When we went through these notes, I forgot how much stuff I came up with during those initial streams. This section that I just wrote another 1,000 some words on here is like 12 bullet points. And I still have another page of bullet points to go. It's not all going to fit in here. We can't add all of it, but... Okay, that's the specials. Okay, there's those. Yep. Oh, maybe I don't... Oh, no, these 2 bullet points are already taken into account. Okay. Now, what I do need to do... I'm trying to decide if I want to describe the dwarven towers in this area. Let's see here. Because there are a lot of dwarven villages that got set up during the war and just stayed functioning as kind of the defensive setup for the whole area. But they're from different kingdoms. I mean, they're part of Mount Silvermount and everything up north. But they have a vested interest down here because there's so much metal and the honey and the bees and everything. It's really good for their trade relations. Yeah. I think I will put a note in here about these. This will be a heading 4. And we will put this there. Out of place. How about that? Have you and Arudai been exercising your writing hands for all the signatures we're going to need for launch? No. Not at all. We used to have signing parties at work where everyone would bring in, like, we'd just go into our motion capture studio and we would just lay everybody's posters and games and copies of everything out, because we tried to organize it that way. We just have the whole room full of things to sign, and we would just have everybody go in there and grab the metallic ink pens and walk around and sign everybody's poster, everybody's games, everything they brought in, which kind of went by the wayside during COVID. And then we haven't done it as much anymore. sadly. Normally people would just walk around and ask. But now we've done some things where we signed that, but we've given them our digital signature, and they have taken those and put them and used the look of our signature and made a digital version and plopped it onto something, which is cool. Like for our Black Ops 6 posters, they did that. So we had a digital version of it that was everybody's signatures on it, which is kind of fun. All right, out of place amongst the timber and clay brick structures, the human and small folk. Not only. There we go. Now that you've made an awesome game again. Woo! Everybody knows live signatures are better. It's nice for art, but not as much for a collectible. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, and people would always try and say, you know, hey, everybody, I'm signing on the tip of the gun. And somebody else is like, oh, I already started signing on the tip of the gun. They're like, damn it! Other people would try and find a specific place all the time. Half the time I would sign my name in just block letters. And people are like, well, why do you do that? You don't do a signature. I was like, that's my signature. It's black letters. It looks nice. It looks like I don't know. I'm unique. I don't know. Other people's signatures are just like, bleh. Like a doctor came and signed your poster. And some of our artists would get all fancy with theirs. Yeah, I probably would just do the block letters. It's just easier. I want to keep it anonymous. I don't care about keeping mine anonymous necessarily. It's not something I need to worry about most of the time. Enterprising people could go find out who I am. Don't, because you don't want to know. But, whatever. It's like nobody wants to know who created the game of basketball. Nobody wants to know who created the game of soccer or pickleball or anything. They want to watch people play soccer, pickleball, or basketball. So I'm not too worried. It was great. We've had influencers come to the studio before, which is, you know, big Twitch streamers, and people come, and people have come to the studio with that, and they're like, oh my gosh, you've got blah, blah, blah in the studio, and they're hanging out, you know, because they're visiting or something at the same time. They're like, oh my god, I want to meet this person. Like, hi, I'm the person who made the game that you love. Never mind. It's kind of funny. Luckily, I have thick skin, and I mostly find it amusing. I am amused. How do I want to typify these things? I never got invited. I'm a superstar. Yep, I didn't know who half the people were or whatever. Though I did have one guy who was walking around talking to people. I'm not going to say who the person was. They were asking a question. They were talking about something. And he came over. He's like, hey, he told me his name. I said, oh, okay. And I said, are you one of the streamers here? And he just looked at me. He's like, yep. I was like, okay. Person who I don't know. I'm sorry. He's like, I don't know if he found that insulting or if he thought it was funny, but he's like, oh, I just talked to the guy and he told me you made this. I said, oh yeah, I made that. Yep. And this and that. And he's like, that was my favorite. And the funniest thing is he's like, that was my favorite map when I was in middle school. Like, ow. Okay. He's like, I dominated on that map, even though I wasn't supposed to be playing the game. Like, okay. So we had a good talk about it. It was kind of funny. And I did bring up that same thing. He's like, yeah, it's kind of unreal being, a person who plays games and does all that stuff and having people throwing themselves at you. And he literally said, women throwing themselves. And I said, yeah, that doesn't happen to us. We're the people behind the scenes. And that's where I told him, I said, it's like, who wants to know the guy who created Whiteout or the people who use Whiteout? Who wants to actually look at the guy who made baseball as opposed to people playing baseball? And he's like, good point. He's like, you guys don't get enough love. I said, or the millions. And he chuckled. And then he wandered off. Ouch, right in the age. It was a person. What was your favorite map? Shipment? Because we put shipment all over the place. You don't know? You don't know what your map is? Wait a second. Escape tunnels and work areas. Okay. And entrance to caverns and mines in the area. Allowing access now. Escape tunnels and work areas. Had a tank on the left side of the road that went right down the middle. Oh, yeah. Oh my God! Now I can't think of the name of start with an S. Did it have an S-shaped street? It wasn't Warpig. The problem I have with remembering old maps is I know all the dev map names, and most of the names of the maps changed from our dev name to what was actually known and the front-facing map name that you guys know. No, street divided two sides. Took me an hour to find it, and I forgot, but I never brought it back. I want to say it started with an S. Is it called Strike? No. What the heck was it? It wasn't Crash, because that's a helicopter. Not Umbert Pass, not Scrapyard. And Skid Row was... No, Skid Row was the urban... Crash is a good map, yep. God, it could be... Would it be... Was it a desert map? Do you remember? Man, you have to go look it up, because we have a lot of maps with tanks and streets and stuff. And Invasion was one of them. It wasn't Karachi. Damn. Yeah, I don't know. You have to go look it up. You can find it. You can find it again. You can do it. You can do it. It's a good thing. What did I call these mountains now? It's not the Rhine Wall, is it? Is it the Rhine Wall? It is the Rhine Wall. mountains, where don't they stand out amongst the... Okay, there we go. That's how I'll put it. Partially watching Jeopardy. Somehow everyone got the toss-up wrong. Last person just needs to read it. Jeopardy! I forgot they still even had that show on the air. I was never good at PvP games. I don't have time to memorize maps. I used to have lots of issues where I'd empty magazines and opponents watch them shudder from the hits and one-shot me. That's not good. Yeah, I used to play it even more. I mean, we were ravenous kids on the internet when we were playing when I was a younger gamer, and we would just roll into games and just destroy everybody, really making them mad. You know, mid-air sniper shots on people and all that. I grew out of it. Now I play it because, you know, I play it and I work on it all day. Hello, Dave. Things are good here. Things are good here. How you feeling? How you doing? No headaches, no problems. You're no longer injured. I'm pretty sure you're probably totally healed by now. I mean, how long does it take to recoup what? A couple liters of blood, whatever the heck? Oh, what did I just do? Okay, I just double clicked on my document there. No headaches, no more work, totally healed. It was an ambush. Oh, it was ambush. Oh, okay, ambush. Why did I think it was S? Maybe the original map name may have been an S, or I was thinking of like I said, you know, salvage or not salvage, but a strike. I could have been ambush. Is that the one that was part of the War Pig single player mission? I'm trying to remember if that's the one, but that had a big open area on one side. Let's see. I'm looking at the map here, and it won't load. Okay, there's the tanks. There's the big field. Okay, yeah. Oh yeah, the broken down tanks. Yep. I thought this was part of War Pig, but maybe it wasn't part of War Pig. COD 4. Okay. Get to go play with the saw. Wait a second. 5 tanks. Just a small minor head injury, nothing abnormal. You okay? Now I get to go play with the saw. I don't think now that we talked about you having had a minor head injury, that you should go play with the saw. I'm just saying, maybe. Oh, I can't even jump in there and say it. Boop. All right. Dave is a minor head injury. He's not a minor head injury. He's a major head wound. Major head wound? No? I'm not graceful enough to be a gamer. Did I make the high-pitched flashbang? No. No, when I play games, I have the sound turned down so low. People think that I don't have the sound on usually. All right. So what do we got here? About 5 minutes left. So I'm going to wrap up things here a little bit. We've all seen How I Met Your Mother. Exactly. I wasn't sure if anybody had actually seen it or not. I don't know how prevalent that show is. I watched it because my friend, who was recovering from being deathly ill when she was staying at my house, was like a super fan of the show because she loved the writing. And they had some really good writing. They had some really horrible writing in certain seasons too, because, well, they weren't planning on doing more of the show. And she told me all about behind the scenes. She's very good at literary criticism and understanding the deeper meanings and the stories and how they worked everything together. But there were also the stupid jokes, and that was, one of them that stuck with me. Because she would watch it when we were like, hey, you need to put something on, you need to entertain yourself or do something, and throw on some episodes of that. And so, yeah, I became familiar with it. I'm not a fanatic about the show. I think it's okay. But she liked it a lot. She liked it very much. I wonder why Dave never hangs in my chat anymore. You're so focused on the game. Ba, ba, ba. What we got here? All right. Hey, we got a new mythic patron, Leo. Sweet. So we got Jensen, Darth Dave, Nozako Boy, Chrysant, the feline named Vajayjay, Frost, Dragon Noodle Soup, and now Leo. Woo! We are only 6 golds, 2 mythics, or some combination thereof, from hitting the next major goal. If you want to make me cry, they're going to make Chrysant, Erudite, and I play Monster Prom. I don't want to play a game called Monster Prom. I have zero interest. I had enough pain inflicted upon me by my chat making me play a pigeon dating sim. So, yeah, if you want to force me, or if you want to make Chrysant upset, or make Erudite upset, or technically make all 3 of us upset, get some support out there. Now, you can also, I don't know if you know this, you can gift a Patreon subscription to someone. Just saying. If you feel like gifting somebody a gold, you can do it. Only 3 more mythic seats remain. And that's the one that allows you, if you stay in it for 6 months, to have an NPC that is integral to the world. The world! So there you go. Let's see, there we go. Oh, that's disturbing. Sorry, I just saw a disturbing picture in our Discord. Just saying, disturbing. That was hilarious. Yeah, it was pigeon dating. Yes, it was pigeon. It was called Hatoful Boyfriend. And it was a girl, I think I was playing a girl, who went to a school, and she's a human, and everybody else, the humans in the world, were like dead or something, and this was a school for pigeons. And she lived in a cave outside town and went to the pigeon school. And you could turn on the pigeon version of the people or the people pigeon version of the people. I turned on the pigeon version because I didn't want to see anthropomorphic pigeon people animate creatures. That was just too far. And it was, oh my God. It was weird. Pigeon dating would be hilarious. Yes. I like Stalker 2. I'll enjoy dating. No! You could say me instead of your own fake name. Can't spell the fancy word that starts with P. 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 So, all right. Basically, we're done here. We're done here. I'm done with you people. Yeah, if you want to cause us all kind of pain, hop out there, get us to 36, and we'll be playing that horrible game to entertain you guys. Or don't, and make us happy, but make us sad at the same time. I would love the support. The support would be amazing. But anyway, I'm Frost. This has been Frost Written, and my cats, who are now outside enjoying the heat mats. And I'm going to go do something else, and then watch some March of the Dragon Queen, and then play my in real life game with the Erudite later on tonight. I've got a whole bunch of stuff going. I'm not going to bed until 3 o'clock in the morning. It's going to be great. So anyway, I will talk to you all later. I will see you again on, well, I'll see you for some other shows, but I'll see you back here on Tuesday for this. Chrysanth, is Erudai doing another? I think he's doing a Legend Seeker tomorrow, right? I think. Well, let me know. Anyway, I'm going to get out of here. I will talk to you all later. Have a great time. Thank you for coming on by. And yeah, I'm going to go do something with my life. Something with my life. I don't know what it is. Probably eat some meatloaf. Meatloaf. Later.